That was a nice trick with the knife and the switch.
When I first saw that Brawl was coming out to the Nintendo Switch, I nearly died of excitement. Sure, it wasn't a Smash for Wii U, but a proper Smash game on the Switch? I was hyped. Then I watched the trailer and realized my mistake. Brawl is not a Smash game, but a Bomberman-like game with a heavy emphasis on its horror theme. I'll go ahead and make one more Smash joke and then we'll move on to the actual review.
That's called a smash. Smash is great for stunning minions and breaking crates.
Qubic Games was kind enough to send us a review copy of Brawl so that we could provide our thoughts on this new title. The game is already released on the Switch and has been out for a while. So, is it a blast to play or does the game blow up in its face? This is PushDustIn from Source Gaming and let's get started with our review. I was pleasantly surprised when I found out that Brawl does feature a proper story and a full single player mode. What's even more is that the game has voice acting and cutscenes. For each of the characters there are 5 levels with a mixture of light platforming, fighting waves of enemies, or fighting against a boss character. Each character has their own unique abilities, such as the sad clown having the ability to move bombs via sneezing, or the blind girl being able to teleport with her knife. The game tries to be a bit too edgy sometimes.
It's not a laughing matter, you see. He takes his job very seriously.
Which means that the writing falls on its face. The game makes so many jokes about the blind girl not being able to see, or the sad clown being the butt of his own joke, that really makes the characters feel incredibly one-dimensional and the writing very weak.
Look at his meager stature, his plain and dull face. Listen to his weak, trembling voice as he's trying in vain to entertain you. But entertain you he will, as he is nature's greatest joke.
It feels like the game will appeal to young kids who are trying to be edgy, instead of actually being scary. Essentially, a modern Shadow the Hedgehog.
I'm thoroughly unimpressed.
The voice acting is fantastic, but the script is so bland that its effectiveness wore me down. What's more is that the script relies on the same words over and over again.
Minions, help your maker. Don't you see? He's just an old man. Minions, those are my minions. They will try to kill you.
I have to shut off the story mode now. Brawl has several modes and this is where the game starts to shine. In addition to the tutorial and story mode, there are several modes which can be played by yourself or with friends. They are Versus, Duel, Classic, Sumo, Color Domination, and Team Arena. In my opinion, Classic and Color Domination are the 2 best modes. Classic is more like Bomberman and is decent at emulating that style of play. Color Domination is where players need to paint the map by using their bombs. This can be quite fun as it gets very hectic very quickly. With Color Domination, Sumo, and Classic, the characters won't have their own unique attributes, but instead rely on bonuses that can only be picked up in that type of game. For other modes, each character will have their own unique skills and attributes. In addition, there are 3 other challenge modes. This includes Horde, Sheep, and Who's the Boss. These are like the zombie modes in Call of Duty. Survive as long as possible against enemies that constantly respawn. Again, there's no online multiplayer. Lastly, there are unlockables, stages, trophies, and concept art. The trophies can be gained by completing a wide range of tasks. What's great is that the requirement for trophies are spelled out for the players, so players can aim for the certain trophies. Trophies will reward players with currency, which then they can use to unlock the concept art or models. Brawl does have a lot to offer in terms of content, especially if you're playing the game with a friend. All in all, I don't mind Brawl's style. It reminds me a bit of aggressive inline skating for the GameCube, which I have very fond memories of. The game has a 3D cel shading style to it, which is not bad, especially for a downloadable title for $10 US. The soundtrack isn't amazing. In particular, I found the menu theme to be very annoying.
Minions, help your maker.
I ran into some bugs while playing. Unfortunately, I was playing in handheld mode, so I don't have footage of it, but enemies didn't spawn a couple times when I was playing the Sad Clown's tutorial levels. The frame rate also suffers when the game tries to be cinematic, but the gameplay generally seems to be okay. The story mode, which I mentioned before, is incredibly difficult. The AI is very good at avoiding bombs, and with limited lives, even on easy mode, the game feels like a drag. I spent a lot of time just to complete some of the levels in story mode, but because of the AI and the game throwing more enemies at the player, I wasn't able to make a lot of progress. The announcer gets really annoying, which makes the story mode very frustrating.
Failure is a natural part of life.
The single player is just not very fun or well balanced. Being able to turn off the voice acting and giving players extra lives in the easier modes would go far in making the single player experience better. As I mentioned before, the game doesn't have any online multiplayer, so everything is local. I'm extremely conflicted on what score to give Brawl. I feel like the game has a lot of content, but I just don't like it. I only truly enjoyed one or two of the modes. If players are looking for a good Bomberman-like game on the Switch, just wait for Super Bomberman R to go on sale. I feel like Brawl is an appealing purchase for those who want to play something locally with friends, and who don't own Super Bomberman R and are about to go through puberty. I give Brawl a 3 out of 5. If you picked up Brawl, let us know what you think in the comments below. Again, I'd like to thank Qubic Games for sending a copy of this game for review. Also, you can go ahead and check out the description for all the social media links. This is PushDustIn, and remember to always go back to the source.